For those of you who don't know me, I'm Larry Diamond, the global CEO and co-founder of Zipco, and it is an absolute privilege to be here today talking to you guys for Zip's first Retail Investor Day. As Pete said, we've got a really exciting lineup talking about product innovation and growth. But before we go there, I think it's really important to talk about where we've come from and who we are. 8 years ago, Zip was founded. Our first merchant was a bicycle shop called Chappelli Cycles in Sydney, Australia, selling hipster bicycles. Naomi came through in December, just before Christmas, looking to buy a bicycle for her son. And she had two choices. She could have pulled out the credit card and paid for that bike, incurring 25% interest and paying off balances in years, not months. Or she could spread the cost of that bike over 6 months interest-free. And she chose Zip. It was a great win for Chappelli, gaining a new customer, a new loyal customer, and a great result for Naomi. And it was at that point that Pete and I realized there was a huge opportunity to rebalance the power of payments by shifting it away from financial institutions and to consumers and merchants. We saw an opportunity to leverage technology to create responsible, fairer financial products that are on the side of customers. And so our purpose is to create a world where people can live fearlessly today, knowing that they're in control of tomorrow. That you can only buy now if you can pay later, and do that responsibly and affordably. And if we can create financial products, if we can give people the knowledge and access before they take on these products, then we have the opportunity to create a more financially fearless world. It's a hefty promise, and it's one that we're not going to be able to do overnight, but it's going to guide us as we build products and innovate right across the globe. And our mission, as it's been since we started, is to be the first payment choice everywhere and every day. We see payments as the access point to the relationship between us and Naomi, and we're just getting started. Now, 3 years ago, many financial institutions and banks claimed that BNPL was a fad. And what we've seen over the last few years is the incredible growth as customers have shifted their behavior from clunky, broken credit cards towards better and fairer alternatives. Now, you guys have asked us, how are we going to compete in a world that's getting incredibly crowded? So I wanted to spend a bit of time talking about some of our key strengths. 3 in particular that I think really differentiate us globally. Firstly, our global footprint is truly remarkable. We have got some of the greatest global footprints of any buy now, pay later company. We're in over 13 markets. And as commerce and retail becomes globalized, merchants can now integrate once, and we can give access to multiple regions. We've done all that heavy lifting ahead of the competition. The second is that we're able to offer installments, not just for short duration, but also long duration, for small purchases and also big purchases. We can offer short duration buy now, pay later as credit training wheels for customers, and then grow with them over time. But also provide products that allow $2,000 to be split over 6 months, because 2 months is the equivalent of a mortgage. And finally, our credit decisioning is unparalleled. 8 years ago, I remember Pete and I, we built all the rules, and we used to have some level of automation. We used to approve transactions every day, even on the weekend. Fast forward 8 years, and we've now underwritten over $10 billion in installments. That rules-based engine has turned into fully automated, using a variety of machine learning AI models and algorithms that now power our decisions globally. We are well ahead of the competition. So today, we are uniquely placed to offer any installment, big or small, to any consumer, young or old, anywhere. And that's just not globally, but also in different ecosystems and also marketplaces, looking at buy now, pay later as a service. Now, from 2013 to 2019, we cut our teeth understanding the product, trying to secure product market fit, building our credit decisioning engines, finding that balance between risk and reward, and proving out the model. In 2019, we went global. And in less than 2 years, we have now gone into 13 markets with a presence in the Americas, Africa, Europe, and Asia. And as you can see by the purple dots, we are only just getting started. Our teams are poised and ready to expand our business over time. Now, we've also adopted a really interesting go global approach, really different to many of the competition. It's what we call the Coalition of Founders, where we find founders and founding teams with a sense of passion, local understanding, hustle, innovation, and a shared goal. We come together, and this is through a mixture of acqui-hires and also acquisitions, where we've brought on fearless leaders to really carry our flag, all under a common brand and soon a single global technology platform. Adam and Brad were fearless when they went to America 5 years ago to start up QuadPay, which is now Zip. Anusha was fearless when she left private equity in the Middle East to offer an innovative new solution. And Carlos was fearless when he left traditional consulting to fire up the first buy now, pay later interest-free in Mexico. Together, we can focus on our Zipsters, our culture, which we see as the competitive advantage. And as Ben Horowitz said in The Hard Thing About Hard Things, take care of people, products, and profit in that order. We have everything in place. Now, over the last 5 years, we have delivered tremendous growth. If you look back to 2016, we were processing around $100 million in TTV. That's now grown at an average of 150% to 5.8 billion. In the same time, our customers have grown from 50,000 to 7.3 million, and our merchants from 2,000 to 50,000. We are a growth company, and we have been able to deliver value, not just for Naomi, for the customer, value for ourselves, but we've also delivered incredible value for our merchants, who have been able to convert browsers into paid customers, lift their basket, and drive repeat behavior. Now, don't just take it from us. We've got Doug, who's going to share with us a few words, who comes from Fanatics, one of our marquee brands in the US.
I'm Doug Raymond. I am the Director of Business Development and Sales for Fanatics Payments Group. Fanatics is the global leader of e-retail sports. So we hold the major licenses with leagues such as the NFL, MLB, NBA, MLS, NASCAR, PGA Golf. Individuals are looking for different ways to pay, and a lot of people understand that there's MasterCard, there's Visa, there's American Express, but not everybody has access to those financial services and payments. And so the key piece of us looking at Zip was attaching ourselves to those individuals who actually couldn't get those financial services. It was very simple. It was 4 easy payments. There's no interest associated with it. If there's a late fee, they were very judicial about how they charged that. We're actually seeing not only an increase of people using the Zip product from buy now, pay later perspective, but the average transactional value is actually increasing for us as well. I tell the Zip team all the time, it is one of the best decisions we have ever made as an organization. The Zip folks are so dedicated to what they're doing, it makes our job that much easier. The promotions we do with Zip relative to some of these other major competitors, it's almost a 2-to-1 from a valuation perspective. So we are so pleased with the management team and the marketing team at Zip.
Thanks, Doug, and go Fanatics. Now, when we've delivered the customers, we've delivered the transaction, and we've delivered the revenue, if we look at the same 5-year period, the Zip share price has grown from 20 cents to just over $7. And a big reason for that is thanks to all of you who have supported us, some since the beginning and some recently. And we know that growth is not linear, but you can rest assured that we are as committed as we were back when we started and incredibly focused on the growth ahead, because founders will do whatever it takes. For those new to the Zip story, you might recall in 2016 that Pete, myself, and Adam flew to Perth. We did 3 months due diligence on Rubiana Resources, which was a copper and gold mine, and we acquired that business because that's what founders do at odds of 10 to 1. How many fintech sensations do you know that have bought a mining company? So we've only just begun. We are 8 years in. And as you're going to see over the next hour, there is incredible growth ahead, and we are as committed.